am currently 20 weeks pregnant this week. Crazy that we are halfway there. It blows my mind. So I decided, since we now know it's a girl, we've gone shopping for her a lot, and now we are in the midst of putting our nursery together. So you can see behind me that we have put up wallpaper in the nursery. We put up the crib and some other things. But I'm not going to show you the whole room yet. I'm going to do a full-blown nursery tour once we have it all put together. We ordered the dresser for the nursery this weekend, so really excited for that coming in. So we have a lot going on, but I just wanted to come on and do another fun video in between my pregnancy series. Be that there's not a lot of changes going on between symptoms and things like that, and our appointments are a little scattered being with our OB now. So I'm kind of like filling the gaps with these videos that I kind of always wanted to make, and I've always watched, and they always help me. So I wanted to make a quick video of baby girl names that we loved, we as me, that we didn't use this time around. So I definitely want to share that list with you guys, and go over a couple of names that have always been on my list, but we decided not to use this time around. So I'll go ahead and get into that list. So our first name that I adore is Evelyn. So I love like classy old time names. And that's always been a name that I loved. I had a coworker who I loved that name. And I've always loved the fact that her nickname could be Evie. And Tim actually liked that name. So that could be a potential future name that we use. So that's going to stay at the top of my list. Second name that we loved was Mia, and I really like that name too. Tim sort of kind of liked it. He thought it was kind of like meh, but I always loved Mia. I thought it was a really pretty name. I think the first time I really heard it and liked it was Fast and the Furious. I think it was Paul Walker's girlfriend's name in Fast and the Furious, don't quote me, but I think that's where I first heard it. I was like, oh, that's a really pretty name. So that's definitely going to stay on our list for future children as well. Third name that I've always loved, and Tim was just like, meh, maybe. I think he liked this name. It's kind of I've always loved unisex names as well. And Avery was one of those names. I really like this name. I've always wanted to kind of use it as a girl's name or a boy's name. It's one of those names that kind of go either way. And I look forward to possibly using it as a middle name, potentially, if we don't go for it with another first name. So the next name is Quinn. I've always loved Quinn from Batman till now. Like Harley Quinn was always like a pretty badass name, and Quinn, I just always like Quinn. I was surprised because looking back now, before my love of the show Scandal, Quinn is in one of the gladiators on Scandal, and I always loved Quinn, and that character definitely gave that name a little more badassery to it. So I do appreciate the character in Scandal because it definitely validated my love of that name and the character that she brought to it. So still in the realm of Scandal, I have always adored the name Olivia. I would have named our daughter Olivia this time around. However, there was a family conflict. My brother-in-law and his wife, they got pregnant before us, and she's almost 5 now, but they named their daughter Peyton Olivia, and I guess it wouldn't be an issue they um if they called her Peyton all the time, but they don't. So they refer to her by her middle name a lot. So they go, they call her Olivia, Livy, like they kind of teeter between her first name and last name, and first name and middle name, more so on her middle name. So she basically Olivia at this point. So I figured I would take a back seat to using Olivia because I didn't want it to be confusing. And I kind of just wanted the name for myself. So, yeah, so we didn't use Olivia, but I loved Olivia. I've always loved it. And maybe I can use it as a middle name potentially in the future. But yeah, I was very sad and I felt robbed of that name when they finally made the decision of what they wanted to name their daughter, which is beautiful name, but I wanted it first. No hard feelings. But the next name that we thought that I loved, Tim not so much, was Aubry. I really love the name Aubry. It's always just seemed very like classy to me. Very like old school name. And just kind of like an old soul, Aubry. And I really liked it. I'm either a middle name or a first name. I know it's kind of a unisex name as well. I know some male Aubreys as well, so it can either go either way. And I really liked Aubry. I don't think Tim was a fan, but it's still on my list. The next name that I've always loved and adored was Whitney. No surprise to anyone who knows me, I am a obsessive fan of Whitney Houston. Have always loved her. She was a pivotal part of my childhood, and I've always loved the name. It's very simple. Tim is just like, it's so basic. I'm like, I know, but come on. But Whitney was always a name that I really liked. And I don't think Tim really was feeling it because it's, like I said, very basic, but he knew why I loved the name so much. But yeah, I always thought Whitney was so beautiful, so classy, just like a gem to this world that was taken away too soon. In my eyes, she could do no wrong and still can do no wrong, despite with popular opinion, may say. So the next name that I love is Jade. Also going, into the old school names like Jade. I love that name. I've never met a Jade in real life. Is again one of those old soul names. I think the first time I heard Jade was Mortal Kombat. I think that's the only time I really heard the name Jade in that character in Mortal Kombat, and I just loved it. Not only do I like the color, but I love the name, and I've always thought that would make a really nice middle name, if not a first name. And this is one of the names that Tim kind of just like, don't look at me type names. Like, why would you even mention that to me? You know I would hate it type names. But I know that I love that name, and I will probably be able to sneak it in as a middle name in the future. The next name is Aurora. I love this name. I've had a couple friends and coworkers have this name as their choice for their daughter, and I always loved it. Sleeping Beauty is not one of my favorite Disney movies, so it's not like I liked it because of that character, but I've always felt that it was very whimsical and very pretty. Just Aurora is just like, it just adds to the aura of your child, and I just loved it. It's just a really pretty name. And then kind of one of the other names that I liked was kind of a wild card, and I didn't even tell Tim about this name. It's always kind of been my like what if name, kind of it was always kind of in my back pocket. Like if we were ever able to like have kids naturally, you know, pop them out as the normal person, like for some reason we were done having kids and we were surprised with a whoops, this would be the name that I would give to them, because it's kind of like a wild card. So the name is River. And it's kind of an unexpected name, kind of out of the box name. One of those kind of celebrity names that, you know, people name their children in Hollywood. And I thought maybe this could work for like a unexpected, unplanned child. It could just fit the unexpected, like no one would think that we would name our kid that. And it would be really pretty for a girl's name. River, like, I don't know. I think I have a coworker who named her daughter River as well, and I thought that was really pretty. Like, I've seen a couple of people, different variations of the name, like River Rose, and I thought that was really pretty. River James, that was another variation of that name, and I've always thought that was really pretty. Like I said, I never brought this up to Tim because I know for sure he would just be like, what? Like, he would think I'm crazy, but that is definitely in my back pocket. I know we won't get surprised with any unexpected pregnancies anytime soon with our infertility diagnosis. But then again, the Lord does work in mysterious ways. So we could be blessed. That would be pretty amazing to be able to have our biological child. Not taking away from our blessing of our donor embryo, our donor baby, who we are super, super excited to meet. But yeah, those are the names that that I have been sitting on for the last 10 years. And I've always kind of had them in my back pocket for our future children's name. So if you follow us on Instagram or any kind of social media, you will know that our little girl's name is Zoe Adeline, and we are really excited to meet her. We're really excited about the name. It's pretty funny. We're kind of going through the same circumstance with the Olivia situation with our baby girl's middle name. So my cousin and his girlfriend are having a baby, and they're naming their daughter Adeline. So I was like, yes, we got her first. So I'm like, I wonder if they're going through the same kind of mixed emotions that I was going through when I was robbed of Olivia. But I kind of felt a little bad, but then again, I was just like, I'm glad we got to that name first. A little selfish, but it was a struggle coming up with Zoe Adeline. So I was like, I'm not changing this name. We are dialed in, like, it's happening. So we're really excited. We cannot wait to meet her. I will show you guys my bump. I haven't showed you a bump in like a couple of weeks. So we are, our anatomy scan is coming up next Monday. I'm so excited. We haven't seen her in a month on an ultrasound. As you guys know, I am super crazy when it comes to our baby Doppler. So I use that every single day to make sure her heart is still beating away. And as far as I know, she's okay in that area. She could be slow growing in other areas that we can't really monitor on a baby Doppler, but at least I know the most important component of her life, her heart, she is still here. She's still pumping. She is still healthy on that front. And I am so thankful to have gotten to this point. And we can't wait to see her on Monday. So we have a lot of stuff going on this week. So it was a short week. So I'm excited that we get to kind of cruise through this week and look forward to something next week. So Monday was a holiday. Today, first day back to work. And then Saturday, I graduate. I have my graduation on Saturday, so I'm super excited about that. And then Monday, we have our ultrasound. So it's crazy that we are caught up. So I started these videos 12 weeks prior to us announcing that we were pregnant. So now that, you know, our appointments have been so far and in between with our new OB, we're now caught up to our current ultrasounds. So I would try to get those out as fast as I can, as they happen, and then I'll kind of fill the gaps weekly with certain things that we're doing, or you know, certain videos I want to make pertaining to baby. So yeah, I'm so excited to share this journey with you guys and make these videos that I've always wanted to make. I will maybe make a baby boy name video in the same instance, but I kind of want to keep those names under wraps. They're kind of good, so I might not expose them. But yeah, so I'm going to share the bump with you guys, and I will give you back some time in your life. So back this up. So there's my 20-week bump. Well, 19 weeks, 6 days today. It will be officially 20 weeks tomorrow. I'm not getting too big and out of place, so it's fun to style it these days, style the bump. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and follow, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.